right, welcome back to the Metal Bastards Hangout here on this Sunday night, December 19th, 2021. And you know what? Well, we're going to redo our Black Sabbath ranking because we did it for the Halloween episode, but guess what? YouTube blocked the video because of copyrights. Go figure.
This is what I have to say.
YouTube.
Corporate YouTube, fuck it, suck it. That's what me Metal Mike says.
Right on, man. So yeah, what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna re-rank the Sabbath ranking, discography. And by the way, I am getting better from this COVID bullshit. Because COVID's not gonna beat Metal Men. Hell no, it's not.
What is up? Dominic Matheson, Christian Barrero. What's up, guys?
So we got Dominic, we got Christian, we got Karen. Welcome to the chat. So, I guess I'm ready to get into this album ranking, unless you want to talk about anything newsworthy before we get into the Sabbath album ranking.
Yeah, there is one big news, actually kind of sad news. Queen guitarist Brian May has contracted COVID. Sadly.
This fucking COVID shit, man. Terrible, definitely terrible news indeed. Considering Brian May, one of the most iconic, legendary guitar players of our time, of all time, I should say. I mean, the thing is, too, with Brian May, I don't think he gets enough credit as a guitar player.
Oh, he's hella talented.
I'm going to say the guy's multi-talented. I've got, excuse me, guys. My speech is still kind of fucked up from having COVID all week. But, like I was going to say, yeah, when it comes to Brian May, you know, I saw him live in 2006 with Queen and Paul Rodgers, and it was one of the best shows I've ever seen. And Brian May sounded amazing. Oh my God, the double harmonic solo he did at that show was just unbelievable. And, you know, that's one thing I could say is I got to see Queen, you know, with Paul Rodgers of Bad Company, naturally, but hey man, at least I got to see it back in 2006 in Pittsburgh. So yeah, that's pretty sad news. Hopefully Brian May recovers from it, you know.
What the other news? Oh yeah, Richie Faulkner has said he's been playing guitar recently and is really wanting to get back with Priest.
Hell yeah. Hopefully it happened. I mean, young guy. I mean, how old is he? 39? I don't even think he's 40.
Something like that. Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully he's doing that. I mean, hopefully he's doing really good again. And he is back on stage with Priest here, you know, very shortly.
Then again, who knows? We might get a surprise. If Faulkner can't make the rest of the 50th tour, what if KK comes back? I'm throwing a bone into the pit, but KK, if you hear me, come back. We miss you.
Well, with all the circumstances, it would definitely be shocking if KK Towning came back to Priest, but that's a whole nother ugly situation that just needs to end. Come on, KK, Rob,
nope.
Glenn, everybody, you're all in your 70s now.
Don't make Mike and Ben come over there with our shovels.
Yeah, man. It's, like, seriously, in the twilight of your careers like this, you shouldn't be feuding. I mean, a lot of us would love to see KK back in Priest.
Yeah. You don't see AC/DC feuding. Yeah.
No. I don't think I've ever seen an AC/DC feud when it comes to the members. Not in their history.
Well,
Okay, yeah, there's
1983. The instance
well,
with Phil Rudd, with Phil, with Phil being.
yeah. Well, and the bass player Mark Evans don't really care for the AC/DC guys to this day.
And Dave Evans, original lead singer, who should be thankful that he was a part of AC/DC.
Pretty much.
But claims he's bigger than Bon Scott and better than Bon and Brian. To me, I say that's a bunch of horse jack shit. I said it, horse jack shit. What Dave Evans is saying, I've been saying recently, saying he can sing better than both Brian and Bon. No, not even close.
No way. Not even close, man. Come on. Anyways, anything else to report as far as any news, any albums coming out?
Well, I heard rumblings of Jason Bittner has been doing stuff with Shadows Fall for a one-off show that's coming up.
Yeah, I did hear about that.
And there's still there's still rumors that Dave Mustaine might be teasing something sometime next month.
I hope so, man. It's time for a new Megadeth song. Please let it be a new Megadeth track. We've waited long enough.
And Overkill.
Apparently the new Megadeth album's coming out this spring. I mean, I haven't seen a actual date on when it's coming out, but yeah.
And of course, the new Overkill album that should have been out this summer, but apparently they're taking their good old time on it. Sounds like it's going to be a real good album if they're taking their time on it. So
it should definitely be a good one.
This has been the Metal Bastard News, aka the Shovel, aka the. This has been the Shovel Report.
The shovel Report. Oh, right. The Shovel Report. That's a good one. The Shovel Report. And if you are a jacktard, you will get the shovel. that's our Sunday news. On to the Black Sabbath album ranking now. Yes, this is being redone due to, like I said, YouTube took the original video stream, I should just call it a stream, and blocked it. The one we did on Halloween. That's why it's
not
present
real fun.
anymore.
Which was a real fun, entertaining stream, but we can't have nice things apparently.
Yep, pretty much. Can't play music. You can't play music. No music. Fuck off.
Exactly.
All right, so I mean, my list hasn't changed much since that original list, and I'm sure a lot of them.
For me, it has.
For you, it has. Okay, yeah, mine's pretty much stayed the same. Even though right now I'm kind of debating between two albums and their positioning as I read my list. So I guess we'll see if those two albums intertwine or, change as we move on here. But we're going to start off with number 20. Now let Mean Metal Mike start off with his number 20.
Oh, it's obvious. 13. That album's a piece of hot shit. Enough said.
Well, you know what? Yeah, we tied on number 20 because 13's my number 22. Now, let me explain here. Okay, now, back in 2013, I remember when God is Dead, when that track first came out. I actually liked it. I actually didn't mind that track at the time. It's when I heard the rest of the album, because I did buy it when it came out at the time. Right away, I was turned off by the drumming. I'm like, Okay, for one, Bill Ward should be on this freaking album.
Hmm.
And the Rage Against the Machine guy, fuck, I forget his name right now, but
Brad Wilk.
Brad Wilk, yeah. Not that he's a bad drummer, but to me the drumming's very lazy on 13.
He
It's like
didn't fit
we're
Sabbath.
no, not at all. It's like where are those classic Bill Ward fills at?
I mean,
Progressive jazz type of influence when it comes to the
I
drumming.
if Bill wasn't available, they could have gotten Vinny to record the drumming for the album. There's an ex-Sabbath drummer there.
Yeah, Vinny Appice. It still wouldn't be the original Sabbath, but it'd be better than fucking Brad Wilkes. Just not a good album. Not, and it's the only Black Sabbath album too I can think of that sounds like a rehash. It's like they're trying to remake Paranoid in the first Black Sabbath album. That's the vibe I get. The only time in Sabbath's history where they're ripping themselves off.
Yeah, because all the other albums don't sound the same. They have similar riffs and stuff, but they don't sound the same.
Right. It's just like they were forced to put out an album that sounds like the debut Paranoid.
Plus, I'm sorry, Rick Rubin, no. Rick Rubin should have not touched Black Sabbath.
Oh, I totally agree. And another gripe I have too, it sounds like Ozzy's not even into it.
I don't blame him.
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's so many rumors going around at the time. Who knows what to believe? But
there's rumors that... the strongest rumor is that Sharon did not want Bill, the band back together, apparently. Sharon wanted Ozzy to stick with the solo career, so Sharon can make more money off of Ozzy.
And that's basically... And you basically hit the nail on the head there because it's Sharon Osbourne's fault that 13 sucks.
It's also Sharon Osbourne's fault that she kind of ruined the other Sabbath reunions with Ozzy, if you think about it.
Yep.
It's also Sharon Osbourne's fault that she kind of ruined the other Sabbath
reunions. So, anyways, we're up to number 20, or no, we're up to number 19, excuse me, because I added The Devil You Know in here also. So, I'll let you go on. What's your number 19?
Never Say Die.
I'll let you go on. Okay.
The only songs I like is Breakout. Swing of the Chains is okay. Bill Ward is a good singer. It's not a great song. Over to You is okay. I think the best song on the album is Johnny Blade. That song's good. The title track's fine. I have no problem with the title track, but the rest of the album is just nah. You could tell the band was just burnt out. You could tell Ozzy was fucking burnt out. You could tell Ozzy was not into it. That's how I feel. It's not the worst album in the world. It's possibly the worst album, not counting 13. It's probably the worst album of the 70s for 70s Sabbath. It's possibly the worst album, not counting 13. It's probably the worst album.
My number 19 is Forbidden.
Oh, that stabs a heart in my chest. That's a good album.
It's not completely terrible, but it's not the greatest either.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. To me, the production on the album is very thin.
Oh, you kick off the album with Get a Grip. That's a good track to start off with.
Get a Grip's okay. Illusion of Power, though, is kind of whatever.
Yeah.
What else is on that album? Guilty as Hell.
Yeah.
Not too bad. Rusty Angels. Yeah.
Yeah. Excuse me. The album art cover's cool. I do like the album art cover for it.
But yeah, as far as Forbidden goes, yeah, I don't know. Out of the Tony Martin albums, it's definitely the worst. It's definitely its worst vocal performance. It's just not a memorable album to me. That's all. I don't really have much else to say about Forbidden. I mean, it's still better than 13. That's the only positive I can say about it, but it's still not a great album. Still better than 13. That's the only positive I can say about it, but.
Sorry, I had to use the bathroom.
That's okay. So yeah, like I'm saying, Forbidden, I don't know, it's just not memorable to me. There's some songs on here that just aren't good at all.
No.
Production's too thin to me. It's not guitar heavy enough. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't care for it. Hey, but it's still better than 13.
Yeah, any other album going from 13 up is still better.
All right, I guess we're up to number 18 now, right? Yeah, number 18.
Are you sure? Are we at number 19?
No, you did your 19.
Okay. Number 18 is going to be, it's going to hurt a lot of people, Paranoid. I'm just so burnt out on the album. Yes, it's a classic album. Yes, a lot of classic, great tracks like War Pigs. But it's an album that you can just get burnt out on real easily. And I'm not bashing the album for how classic it is, but there are better Black Sabbath albums than Paranoid.
Yeah, that's that might get the pitchforks coming. But yeah, I can understand where you're coming from there on the burnout factor.
Personally, I think Hand of Doom. I think Hand of Doom is the best song on the whole album.
That is a kick-ass song. Definitely a kick-ass. Well, I think that whole second half is better than the first half.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my number 19, Paranoid. Stab me with a pitchfork if you want.
All right, it's number 18 for me. Oh yeah, this is where my Switch comes into play. Okay, so my number 18 is going to be Never Say Die. Okay. Which, it's wrong album. Which, I'll put it up since I actually own it. Never Say Die, yeah. It's not completely terrible. I mean, it's kind of weird. Back in October, I was listening to this album quite a bit, so I don't completely hate it. But it just doesn't really stand out as a great Sabbath album. Opening track, great track. The title track, Never Say Die, is a great song. Johnny Blade's all right. Junior's Eyes is another really good track on here, I think.
Yeah.
Let's see, you got A Hard Road, which, yeah, it's a pretty catchy track. It's the only track where all the band members do backup lead vocals on a Black Sabbath song, which is kind of interesting. Shockwaves, it's all right. I mean, I don't know. It's not bad. But Air Dance is probably the best track on here, in my opinion. It's very different. It's very proggy, like very jazz fusion, like, which is kind of different. Over to You is pretty forgettable. Then we go to
Breakout, our theme song.
Yeah. Which, yeah, it is what it is. Swinging the Chains. Actually, you know what? Swinging the Chains I used to not like, and it's actually kind of grown on me a little more. So, yeah, the album has grown on me, but it still comes in at number 18. And, yeah, that's my number 18. Never Say Die.
Well, my favorite Tony Martin album dropped to number 17. That is Forbidden at number 17.
Number
It's dropped a
7.
lot. So, is it the worst Black Sabbath album ever? No. It's better than 13. It's better than Paranoid. Shoot Me in the Face. It's better than Paranoid. It's better than Never Say Die.
There comes the mobs, man. It's the pitchforks.
Yeah. The worst fucking song. Pardon my profanity, guys. So if you don't like it, you can get out. But the worst fucking song on the album is Illusion of Power. What the fuck is up with the vocals on that song?
I agree. That's a pretty bad song.
And it doesn't even get heavy till what? The back half of the song?
I think you're right.
So,
Just not a good vocal performance by Tony Martin either.
I think the best song on the album is Get a Grip. Hate to say it, but that's probably the best song on the album.
Yeah, that is a pretty killer track.
Yeah. 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 Forbidden. Enough said. Next.
Alright, where are we at here? Okay, we're up to number 17. So my number 17 would be the 1986 album, which originally was supposed to be a Tony Iommi solo album. I'm talking about Seventh Star. Well, okay. This album's just very odd to me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is basically the first Black Sabbath album where Tony Iommi is the only sole original member. In fact, let me go on Wikipedia real quick and actually look this album up and see what lineup you had for this, because it's pretty confusing. I know Dave Spitz was the bassist. You had Glenn Hughes on vocals, which Glenn Hughes is he's a phenomenal vocalist. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just gonna look this album up real quick. Pull up the Black Sabbath discography here, because I don't own it on CD.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so wait a minute, that ain't right. Bear with me, people. Just looking it up here. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Oh, wow, the album came out January 28th, 1986. Okay. It's only 34 minutes and 55 seconds long. Okay. That's not what I'm looking for. Okay. Like the opening track, In for the Kill, is pretty killer. That's actually almost like a speed metal track for Sabbath. It's quite different.
Yeah, it is.
No Stranger to Love. Love is a ballad. Very 80s sounding. Turn to Stone. Kind of forgettable. You got Sphinx, The Guardian. Just a short little instrumental. And the title track, Seven Stars, actually really good.
Yeah.
I mean, this album's not bad, but I think it would have worked better if it was just a Tony Iommi solo album, like it was supposed to be.
But record labels.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Danger Zone, I actually do like. Heart Like a Will, kind of forgettable. Angry Heart, don't have much memory of it. In memory, though, it's a pretty good song from what I remember.
Mm-hmm.
But I just want to look up the lineup here. Okay. So we got Tony Iommi, obviously guitars. Glenn Hughes, vocals. Okay. That's what I thought. So yeah, you got Dave Spitz on bass guitar, the brother of Dan Spitz of Anthrax.
Mm-hmm.
You got Eric Singer of Kiss on drums.
Well, he wasn't in Kiss at that time.
No. This is way before that, obviously. And of course, you got Jeff Nichols on keyboards. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's pretty much your lineup. Just a really weird album to me because Glenn Hughes was bad into cocaine at the time. And he didn't even do like the whole 7-star tour. I think he only did like 5 dates with the band at the time. It was a real mess. But yeah. So yeah, 7-star would be my number 17. Mm-hmm. So now we are up to number 16.
Well, 7-star.
Wow.
Love In for the Kill. I think that's the best. I think that's the heaviest song on the whole album.
That is a killer song. I do love that track.
The intro riff, ba-da-da-da, 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 thunder,
Yeah, like I said, for Sabbath, it's like a speed metal track.
Yeah. No, ballad. I'm not just a ballad guy. I think the only ballads I think are good is Ride On as a ballad. That's off topic, but I don't like No Stranger for Love. And this is an album I probably don't listen to. So, and plus it's an album I don't own, so I can't say I listened to it. I haven't heard it much in its entirety. So that's the best I can say.
It's kind of weird. It's the only Sabbath album I've never owned.
Yeah.
But all right. Anything else to say about the 7-star there?
Nope.
All right.
Nope.
All right, my number 16. I'm going to go with Cross Purposes, which came out in '94. The album before Forbidden, obviously. Let me pull up the list here because I no longer own this either. I used to have it on cassette tape a long time ago. So just bear with me here. Mm-hmm. Wait, no, that's not what we want. Alright, discography. Which album was that again? Oh yeah, Cross Purposes. Cross Purposes would be my number 16. Just looking at the tracks here. Eyewitness opening track's pretty killer. I do like that track. Cross of Thorns I think's absolutely killer and dark. Kind of reminds me of something off the Eternal Idol, so that's a killer track. Psychophobia, it's whatever. Virtual Death is very Alice in Chains sounding. It's very
Yeah.
different. You can definitely tell they were influenced by Alice in Chains. Immaculate Deception's almost like another speed metal type of track, which you don't get a lot of that with Sabbath. But yeah, that one's pretty fast paced. I do like it. Dying for Love, it's whatever.
Mhm.
Back to Eden, it's all right. The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, I believe that's the one that was co-written with Eddie Van Halen. I
It
think
was.
that's a pretty decent track. Cardinal Sin's pretty good. Evil Eye's a good way to end the album. It's not a bad album. It's not one of my favorite. Well, it's naturally not one of my favorites, but yeah, I mean, it's a decent album. And it would be the only album. Now, this one has Geezer Butler on bass. I actually forgot about that. And it's got Bobby Rondinelli on drums, which is the only
Dude,
Sabbath album he played drums on, which he currently drums for Axel Rudy Pell.
but
So,
he originally replaced Cozy Powell on drums
yep.
for Rainbow.
So yeah, not a
What?
bad album. It's definitely better than Forbidden and 13. But yeah, not too bad.
What's up, Thrash Maniac 99? Hello, sir.
What's up, Thrash Maniac 99? Welcome to the stream. So I guess we're up to what, number 15 right now?
Yep.
Yes.
King of Swords, what is up? Long time no see.
Oh, there we go. What's going on, Mike, the King of Swords? Welcome to the stream, guys. Thrash Maniac 99.
Thralls of Metal led you to us. Well, hey, Necrotic Nick, thank you for bringing people over.
Hell yeah, man. Well, I've known Thrash
Right.
Maniac 99's channel for a long time, actually. I believe he's the one that used to do WWE reviews. I've
Anyways,
actually been watching your channel for a long time, dude. So welcome to my channel.
yeah. Anyway, my 15.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Sorry about that.
Cross purposes. I mean purposes. Cross purposes at number 15. It's an album I don't own. So, it's an album I don't own. And funny about Cross Purposes, during this tour in South America, I believe Bobby Rondinelli could not make the South American gig of that tour. And apparently Bill Ward was in South America at the time, not doing anything. So, we got to see a lineup of Bill Ward, Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler, and Tony Martin for a short leg of that tour. And I think the set list for that tour with Bill, for those set lists, they did Symptom of the Universe in its entirety.
Oh, nice.
They did Cross Purposes. No, they did 2 songs from Cross Purposes with Bill, Eyewitness and Cross of Thorns. They also did a Vinny song with Bill on drums, which was Time Machine. They started it off with that. So, all the videos are up on YouTube, guys. Just type in Bill Ward, Tony Martin, Black Sabbath, and it'll show you some live gigs of that. But I don't care much for Cross Purposes. It's my 15. I don't listen to it much. I can't say much.
Yeah. But yeah, Virtual Death definitely sounds like an Alice in Chains track. I agree there. So that's your number 15 then?
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, my number 15, which got switched with my number 18. The only two that switched since the Halloween episode that is no longer present here on YouTube. So coming in at number 15 now is Technical Ecstasy. Now, yeah, this is definitely a period where Sabbath's going through a lot of problems.
hmm
You know, they're going through a bunch of bullshit with the record labels, the band's not getting along, the drug use is out of control, you know.
hmm Ozzy
So,
leaving
yeah,
for a short bit.
that's very true. He actually did leave for a short time. And a lot of people don't know, or, yeah, but around this time, too, when Ozzy did leave, he put an early version of Blizzard of Oz together. Yes.
Which didn't last.
No. And I forget who was in that original incarnation of that band. So,
What is up, Zach Blabbeth?
oh yeah, we got Zach Blabbeth here. What's going on, brother? Good to see you all here tonight. But anyways, on to this album. I don't think this album's as bad as people say it is. There's some good stuff on here. Like Backstreet Kids is a pretty cool galloping heavy track, which is kind of reminiscent of a track that would come out the following year on the album, on Heart's second album, Little Queen. I'm talking about Barracuda, obviously, that dun 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 type of gallop riff. So yeah, that's kind of killer. You Won't Change Me, I think, is the best track on here. Easily. It still has the doominess to it, but it's kind of psychedelic sounding too. It's alright. You know, that's where you get Bill Ward on vocals. And it's very Beatles sounding, which is really odd. I mean, some people don't like it. I actually enjoy it. All moving parts stand still. I used to not really care for this song, but it's actually kind of grown on me. Gypsy's a pretty killer track. You know, the only track on here I don't really care for is Rock and Roll Doctor and maybe She's Gone. I'm not like the biggest fan of those tracks. Even though I must say, with the track with She's Gone, you can really hear shades of what's to come on the Blizzard of Oz album. Like the melody in She's Gone, some of the melody lines in that track do remind me of Revelation Mother Earth. You just got to really listen to the parts and, you know, to figure it out. And the last track, Dirty Movies, I really, or excuse me, not Dirty Movies, Dirty Women, I like too. So yeah, I think Technical Ecstasy is pretty underrated. And that's my number.
14. That was
Number
your 15, right?
Oh yeah, that's my number 15. You're right. So now we're up to number 14.
Speak of the devil.
Technical. Oh, you got Technical Ecstasy. See, we're going like
Number 14.
18, 17, 15, 14. We're almost like in order here.
Ah, I love the title track, Backstreet Kids. That track almost feels like it was left over off of Symptom of Sabotage. If you listen to Backstreet Kids band, you guys might hear me. If you listen to that drum beat and just that Ozzy screaming on that song, feels like that was a leftover song off of this album, Sabotage. Backstreet Kids, feels like. You really have to really listen to it.
I could maybe see that to an extent.
I don't care for You Won't Change Me. It's alright. It's a great song. I like it. Gypsy, love that drum intro that Bill Ward does on Gypsy. He just beats the shit out of the drums in the intro.
Oh yeah.
All Moving Parts Stand Still has grown a lot on me. Love that song. Rock and Roll Doctor fucking sucks. Sorry, Sabbath. I don't know what you were doing with that song. It sucks. She's Gone is terrible. Dirty Woman's great. This album, does it deserve the hate it gets? No. Is it controversial? Yes. Enough said.
All right. All right, number 14. I know some people wouldn't even add this into a Black Sabbath list, but to me, technically, in a way, it's still kind of a Black Sabbath album because you do have Bill Ward, or excuse me, I'm sorry. You got Tony Iommi, obviously. You got Geezer Butler, and you got Vinny Appice. And this would be the final album with Ronnie James Dio. So I added, as a bonus, The Devil You Know by Heaven and Hell. I know it's not. I know it doesn't have the Black Sabbath name on it, but technically it is Black Sabbath.
Mm-hmm.
And it probably would be Black Sabbath if it wasn't for one
Evil witch.
bitch.
Yeah.
And we know who that is.
Mm-hmm. Sharon!
Anyways, I think this album's pretty darn good. It's freaking heavy, man. I mean, there's some heavy stuff on here. I mean, it's definitely not as good as the 3 albums prior that Dio did, obviously, but it's still an enjoyable listen. I love Adam and Evil. The opening track, it's very doomy and heavy, and Dio sounds phenomenal. Let's see, you got Fear. Fear's a great heavy track. Bible Black, which was the single off this album at the time. It begins like, something off of, I don't know, the Mob Rules would begin with like a melodic intro, then it gets really heavy and doomy. So yeah. Oh, what else is on here? Double the Pain's a pretty good track. You got Rock and Roll Angel, which is kind of, that might be one of the weaker tracks on here.
That track feels like it came off of honestly, Rock and Roll Angel feels like it might be something left over from either Killing the Dragon or Master of the Moon.
I mean, yeah, in a way. I would probably agree. Oh, let's see here. Follow the Tears. Easily the heaviest song on the album, the darkest track on this album, and probably my favorite. I just love that beginning with the eerie keyboard, or with that eerie organ. And then you get those chunky type of rips that build into it.
Yeah.
Oh, what else do you got on here? Then Breaking Into Heaven. Holy cripe, what a great way to end this freaking album.
Yeah.
Very similar to how Heaven and Hell kind of ended. And it's a damn good way for Dio to go out. So yeah, I Heaven and Hell, The Devil You Know from 2010. Or this might have came out in 2009. I think it's 2009, actually. Yeah. This would be my number 14.
Yeah. Number 13 would be The Devil You Know. Go figure.
Holy Christ, how the hell is this happening? But go ahead.
Love
man.
the album. Love the album. Another side note, if Dio would have not had cancer, we would have had another couple solo Dio albums. Magica 2 and 3. Because apparently, from what Tony Iommi, from what Geezer, from what Dio drummer Simon Wright says, was that apparently Dio was on great terms with Tony and Geezer, and they allowed him to go over to his other band and record stuff while doing recordings for The Devil You Know. And
right.
I think Tony Iommi said in a 2020 interview that if Dio had not died, he said 13 might have never happened if Dio had not died. We would have gotten more Heaven and Hell material also.
Well, yeah, I can kind of remember at the time hearing that Dio wanted to do a Heaven and Hell album too, or another Heaven and Hell album, I should say.
Yeah.
And he wanted to do Magica 2 and Magica 3, obviously. but unfortunately, we never got to see it.
Fortunately, Satan had to show up out of the damn earth and say, "Sorry, we're taking him back." It's like, you know. But Bible Black. Love the intro of Bible Black. It's just so sad and dark. Then you have that chunky riff. Bow, wow, 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 bow, wow, wow. And it's just Tony Iommi, man. I mean, what can you say about Tony Iommi? He is Black Sabbath.
He's Black Sabbath, and he is the fucking riff god.
Yeah.
That's Tony Iommi. Psycho's Platter, welcome to the stream.
Eating the Cannibals, Turning the Screw, Breaking into Heaven. Those are my picks for the songs on the album. Plus the opening, Abbott and Evil. That's a dark, dark track. And it's good.
Great. I agree.
And all you asshats better buy that album and listen to it, or I will bring the shovel. And upset.
Oh, man. So I guess we're up to number 13 now, right? Yeah.
That was my 13, so you're 13.
All right, yeah. All right, well, my number 13 is going to be The Headless Cross from 1989, which I actually really enjoy this album. Let's see here. I don't own it on CD, so I'm going to have to look at the track listing here on Wikipedia. Like, obviously, the title track's great. I mean, Tony Martin's voice sounds phenomenal on it. I mean, what more could be said? Devil and Daughter's a pretty killer track. I mean, oh man, When Death Calls is probably one of my favorites off this freaking album. And it's got a guest appearance by Brian May of Queen on it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is really cool. Yeah, When Death Calls is just an amazing track. Hill in the Spirit World's good. Got Called the Wild. Yeah, just a lot of good tracks on here. Black Moon's pretty good. It's the leftover from the Eternal Idol, I believe, yeah. Nightwing, another dark track. Yeah, man, I mean, there's some good stuff on this freaking album. And this would be the first album with Cozy Powell on drums. So, yeah, I think this is a really good album. And that's pretty much... I'm just looking here. So on this album, there's a different bass player. Lawrence Cottle. I don't think he's... yeah, it just says Lawrence Cottle bass. Huh. All right.
You have Jeff Nichols on that. I think.
Yeah, Jeff Nichols is on keyboards. I'm just trying to look here. Okay, yeah, Cozy Powell on drums, obviously. Oh, Neil Murray. I thought Neil Murray played the bass on this album, but he don't. So yeah, Headless Cross would be my number 13. Don't have too much more to say about it.
Get ready, guys. Grab your pitchforks.
Uh-oh. Here's some controversy coming, I see.
For number 12, it missed the top 10.
Oh.
And I love this album. I love this album to death. But it's not in my top 10. And I'm sad to say that. I can't say anything bad about the album other than it dropped to number 12. And I'm sad to say, and it hurts me putting it at number 12. But but there's better albums than this album, and I'm sad to say that.
Oh,
Man, stab a pitchfork through my heart, and put an ass hat on my head.
I don't know, man. They might be stabbing more than just pitchforks through you for that one.
Hey, come on, you got Sweet Leaf After Forever, Embryo, Children of the Grave, Orchid. I think Lord of this World is a dark horse of a song. That's a great song, Lord of this World. Just that opening intro. And Into the Void is kind of almost thrash. If you hear bits and pieces of it. So yeah, number 12 is Master of Reality. Sad to say that, but this is not the only controversial album in my list. There's more. So...
Oh, wow.
You're number 12, Ben.
Oh, that definitely hit the heart, man. Oh. God damn. All right, my number 12 is The Eternal Idol from 87. Really good album. Don't have much to complain about when it comes to this freaking album. I believe there's two versions of this album. I think one's actually just a demo. But there's a version with Ray Gillen on vocals, which Ray Gillen obviously would go on to be in Badlands with Eric Singer, who would go on to be in Kiss. But I know, excuse me, don't mind me, guys. But I no longer own this on CD. I used to have it. I don't have it anymore. So let me pull up the track listing here again. And let's look at the lineup real quick because, well, obviously, yeah, this would be the first album with Tony Martin on vocals.
Well, it would also have Ray Gillen put on one disc, I think.
Yeah, well, Ray Gillen sang on the demos, or on the demo version of The Eternal Idol.
Mm-hmm.
So, what am I looking at here? Okay, we're looking at the lineup. Okay, yeah. Obviously, Tony Iommi. You got Eric Singer on drums. You got Bob Daisley on bass, which is kind of interesting. And you got Jeff Nichols, obviously, on keyboards. Yeah, that's pretty much your lineup. Produced by Chris Tangarides, famous metal producer, who produced some great metal classics like Metal on Metal, Painkiller, and a bunch of other stuff. Okay, track list. Oh, yeah. Opening track, The Shining's just absolutely killer. I love that track. Ancient Warrior's a really cool track. I like that track. It's pretty dark. Hard Life to Love. Not a bad track. Pretty good. Glory Ride's good. You got Born to Lose. Nightmare. Scarlet Pimpernel. However the fuck you pronounce it. Just a short little instrumental. Lost Forever, pretty rocking track. And then The Eternal Idol. The last track on this is probably my favorite track on The Eternal Idol. It's just doomy, slow, dark. Love it. And that's my number... Fuck, I lost track here. Oh yeah, my 12. Number 12.
My number 11 is Eternal Idol.
Yeah, it's like we're behind each other, like on almost all of them.
It's an album I have not listened to yet, so I don't own it, Ben. That's why I'm putting it at 11 as a fair fair play. It's an album I haven't gotten to yet in the discography, so I can't say much. But I'm putting it at 11 just to be fair. So
Yep. All right. Well, it's time for me to be a bit controversial now on what my number 11 is. And it pains me to put this at number 11 because it's the very first Sabbath album I ever heard when I was practically a kid in the 80s. But man, I think it's because I've heard it so many fucking times. And at least three of these tracks are still classic rock staples to this day. Obviously, I'm talking about Paranoid. Definitely not a bad album. But the first half of the album, I honestly don't really have to listen to it. Even though I still love War Pigs. But Paranoid, I'm very burned out on. Planet Caravan is, yeah, it's whatever. Iron Man, I know it's an iconic song, it's got an iconic riff, but really don't have to hear it ever again. But the second half of this freaking album, oh man. Electric Funeral, okay, man. When I was learning how to play guitar back in '93, Electric Funeral was the first Black Sabbath song I ever learned on guitar. And it's weird, I learned it on my own. Nobody showed me nothing. I learned it on my own. Hand of Doom is probably my favorite. It's probably in my top. Oh, when it comes to favorite Black Sabbath songs, it's probably in my top 5. I just love Hand of Doom. Rat Salad's a great instrumental, and Fairies Wear Boots is freaking epic. Yeah, true. I mean, don't get me wrong, this could definitely rank a lot higher. It's just not my favorite. Or, I mean, I get the legacy of this album, obviously, but. And, oh, okay, he's back. Apologize there, we lost Mikey for a minute. All right.
sorry. The pigs upstairs. The pigs upstairs. Yeah, you corporate fuckheads. I got booted again.
Oh. Oh, excuse me. Oh, man. Anyways, we're at our top 10, I believe.
Okay,
Right?
well,
Or did you give your number? Did you give your number 11?
remember 11 was remember 11 was Eternal Idol.
Oh, okay, yeah. We're at our top 10 then.
I'm going with Tear at number 10. Album Tear. Love that album. TYR. Anu Mundai. I cannot get into that song. I always skip that one, and then I go from there on the album. I just can't get into it. The intro sucks, in my opinion. That's just me. But Odin's Court, the whole album's great except for Anu Mundai. Yeah, number 10's Tear.
Nothing else to say about it?
No, other than Geezer Butler popped in for the tour to fill in on bass. But other than
That's
that, nothing
true.
much else. Sorry.
Rocket Rod, welcome to the stream. Yes, we're almost an hour into it. In fact, we are an hour into it already. Hell. And we're down to our top 10 list here for the Sabbath album rankings. So my number 10. My number 10 might be a bit controversial too again. I want the debut Black Sabbath. Obviously, the album that began it all. The birth of heavy metal is right here. From that opening doomy ass riff, you know. It's still an iconic album, though. I mean, The Wizard's a freaking great track. And I think I put this one at number 10 because, well, to me, on the first Black Sabbath album, it's more of a jam album as opposed to what the other albums would be after this. I mean, but it's still darn good. See, you got Wicked World, which is a very angry song.
Rocket Rod, speak of the devil, it's not a Black Sabbath album. Nice try, though. Oh.
But no, just looking at the track listing here. Warning, man. Oh my god, Warning's freaking epic. Which Warning was originally done by Ansley Dunbar's Retaliation, which you can find that original version here on YouTube too. But that's probably actually my favorite track on here, to be honest. I just love it, and Tony Iommi's solos on that are great. I mean, NIB, obviously, NIB is legendary. Yeah, man, great debut. And you know what? We wouldn't be here today talking about heavy metal if it wasn't for this freaking album, probably. All right. So now we're at number 9.
Well, I'm one up above you.
Oh, man.
Told you my list changed from last time. But I love this album. First song on this album I ever heard was Wicked World. It has a little jazz in that track, Wicked World. You have the Wasp, Behind the Walls Asleep. Then you have the little basically guitar solo by Geezer Butler on bass, which a lot of people don't talk about Geezer Butler's bass playing. I don't hear a lot of people today much talk about Geezer Butler. Yeah.
That's true, man. I mean, he's one of the greatest bass players of all time when it comes to metal.
He's the godfather of bass playing, of metal bass playing, to be fair.
Yeah. He's got some great bass lines.
Evil Woman, the track that was left off of the album. Forgot about that. Thanks, Rocket Rod.
Yeah, I was just thinking. I forgot to talk about Evil Woman, which I believe is just an old blues cover.
Evil Woman was an old blues cover from the band before they formed Sabbath. Earth. Was it Earth or Mythology? It was one of the two.
Yeah.
Earth. I think it was Earth before Sabbath. Yeah. But yeah, I think the best track on the whole album is Sleeping Village. That intro of Sleeping Village into The Warning.
Oh, yeah. I forgot to mention Sleeping Village, too, leading into that.
But now number 9 is Black Sabbath. Not as controversial as my last picks.
Yeah.
So
still a great album.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my number 9, it's my favorite Tony Martin album. I got Tear for number 9. I freaking love this freaking album. Even Nando Monday, I know you don't care for it. I think that's the one you don't care for.
I do not care two shits for that one.
The Sabbath Stone, you got Valhalla, Lawbreaker. Again, Lawbreaker, or wait a minute. Just having trouble reading this track listing. Oh, The Lawmaker, I'm sorry. Yeah, The Lawmaker to me is... It's kind of one of them rare Sabbath tunes, too, where it's a speed metal track. Like I said, you don't get much speed metal from Black Sabbath. And that
Yeah.
one's pretty fast paced.
Odin's Court, beautiful song.
Odin's Court is freaking, oh, it's amazing. Heaven in Black is killer. I mean, yeah, it's a great album. Feels Good to Me, it's whatever.
It's a bit,
I don't know.
that
It's
would be
weird.
the second. Sorry, Ben.
Like, to me, Feels Good to Me doesn't even fit the album,
No, it doesn't.
but the rest of this freaking album's just great.
Do you think it's Cozy Pal's best drumming in Sabbath out of all the three albums he did?
Well, I don't know, the drumming's pretty damn good on here, so, and it is Cozy Pal.
I think his best drumming on Black Sabbath was on Headless Cross, his debut with Sabbath.
Nice. I don't think I have much else to say about this.
No.
Oh yeah, you got Neil Barrett. Yeah, you got Neil Murray on bass on this album, who comes from Whitesnake originally. Of course, Cozy Pal coming from Rainbow. I believe he had a stint in Whitesnake also. Yeah, he did actually, if I'm right.
Also a stint in ELP. Also.
ELP, yeah. So yeah, I think Tear's a pretty damn good album, and that's my number 9.
My number 8.
Probably my favorite Tony Martin vocal performance. And I should mention too, this would probably be Black Sabbath's power metal album. Mm-hmm. All right, now on to number 8.
Number 8, we're going to 1992, where we have the return of Ronnie James Dio, Vinny Appice, Geezer Butler, Tony Iommi. But originally, it was going to be Ronnie James Dio, Cozy Pal, Tony Iommi, and Geezer Butler for Dehumanizer. But due to Cozy Pal falling off a horse and a horse breaking his pelvis, I think that's a bunch of horse crack. But you know, because him and Dio during those sessions did not get along well at all. Because of,
Right.
That's a fucking great album. Sins of the Father. That's a fucking great song. Time Machine. Computer God's probably the heaviest, chunkiest. Those chunky riffs on Computer God.
Oh, dude. I agree.
The whole album's great. Yeah. Number 8 is Dehumanizer. And it's an album I can go to and listen to and not be upset about. It's a great album.
I agree, man. It's a really good album. However, it's not my number 8.
Aw.
I might get a little bit of shit for this because this could easily be in a top 5, and I do love this album. But my number 8 is The Mob Rules.
Oh, are you kidding me? I'm just joking.
I mean, I absolutely adore this album. I mean, there's some great stuff on here. Like Turn Up Tonight, yeah, basically Neon Nights Part 2. Voodoo's killer track. Sign of the Southern Cross, oh my goodness. You talk about a great epic. Damn. And of course you got the title track, The Mob Rules, which there's 2 versions of this track, actually.
Which I think the previous version is better.
Excuse me. But yeah, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, The Mob Rules obviously appeared on the Heavy Metal soundtrack movie that came out way back in 1981 with a totally different mix. I'm not exactly sure which version I like better. I'd have to listen to the Heavy Metal soundtrack version of it again. Country Girl is probably the weakest track on here.
I think Dio said "Country Girl" was a leftover lyric he wrote for Rainbow for the Rising album.
Oh, okay. Slipping Away, it's pretty darn good. Falling Off the Edge of the World, what a masterpiece of a track. Another track, jeez, it's just absolutely epic. Over and Over, it's an alright ending to the album. Definitely not as good as Lonely as the Word but all in all, it's still a damn good album. So that would be my number. Oh, yeah, number 8. The Mob Rules.
Number 7. Oh, this is easy for me. And it does put it at number 7. I'm gonna go Headless Cross at number 7. Great album. Yeah. Debut album with Cozy Pals, Black Sabbath debut, and I fucking love that album. The one song with Brian May, I think that's the best track on the whole album.
Oh yeah, definitely. When Death Calls. Oh.
When Death Calls. Yeah. Yeah, number 7, Headless Cross, and love that album. That's the only Tony Martin out. Well, no. Headless Cross, number 7, and I'm not upset about it. All right, it's your number 7, Ben.
All right. Anyways, before we move on, cheers to everybody out there in the chat room. Good to see everybody here tonight. Good to see some new faces. Good to see some new faces around here too.
Yeah. My beer's gone. I demolished it already. That's good beer.
Hell yeah, man. All right, my number 7. Probably going to be a little more controversial here. Or maybe not.
Yeah.
But I'm going with Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath at number 7. Which again, now, if I were to rank the album covers, this would probably be my favorite Black Sabbath album cover. I mean, it's just so freaking cool, man.
And it has 666 on it,
Yeah, 666. Oh, we got another new dude in the house here, man. We got Jams Gummy. Welcome to the stream.
What's up, Jams Gummy?
Love it. Love seeing some new faces around here, man. But anyways, back to my number 7. Great album. Probably, I would have to say this is probably Black Sabbath's most progressive album. I mean, like, the title track's iconic. I mean, that riff, just such a legendary riff. And I believe it's the last track. Excuse me, I believe it's the last track written for the album, too. So, which is kind of interesting. I mean, National Acrobat is freaking awesome. Flup's a beautiful acoustic piece by Tony Iommi. Oh man, Sabracadabra is really good. Really psychedelic sounding in the middle, Just love the album. Killing Yourself to Live's another great track.
Looking for Today.
I'm trying to think. I think it's Sabracadabra too. That has Rick Wakeman on keyboards.
You're correct.
Sure. I think it is. Yeah, which Rick Wakeman played in. Yes, obviously. Who Are You's a very weird track written by Ozzy Osbourne. Now, a lot of people give Ozzy shit or try to make up these accusations that Ozzy never wrote when he was in Black Sabbath. That's total bullshit. There's plenty of stuff that Ozzy wrote or came up with melody ideas, when it comes to some of those early Sabbath tunes. But Who Are You's a very bizarre song, and I believe Ozzy's actually doing the keyboards on that track. Yeah, looking for today's a really good underrated track, and Spiral Architect's a good way to end this album. Okay, yeah. Let's talk about Spiral Architect real quick. Ozzy actually hummed out those orchestration parts for that track. So for those who shit on Ozzy and say, "Oh, Ozzy can't write. He never wrote nothing when he was in Sabbath," don't be a jacktard.
Don't be an asshat. You get the shovel.
Exactly. But yeah, on Spiral Architect, Ozzy's the one that came up with those orchestrations. Like, he hummed them out. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, legendary album, great.
I think I read one story during the recordings of Sabbath Bloody Sabbath. Apparently, Bill Ward wanted Ozzy to do some drum parts for Sabracadabra.
Oh,
And apparently,
yeah.
apparently Ozzy wanted the drums, and he fell asleep on the drums, and he couldn't play. So Bill moved him off, and Bill got back on the drums and finished it. So, apparently, Ozzy hummed out a couple drum things that he wanted to do for Sabracadabra. Just imagine.
See, just reading Jam's Gummy's comment here. I kind of like that Bruce Dickinson singing with that Pretty Unknown Case, or Pretty Unknown Cause. They didn't.
Oh yeah, Bruce did do.
They didn't anything Godspeed doing Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. Oh yeah, on Nativity in Black. Okay, the first Nativity in Black. That's right. Bruce Dickinson did do a cover of Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. Yep.
Anyway, my number.
Oh, go ahead, man. We were up to where are we at here? Oh, we're up to number 6.
Mob Rules.
Ooh.
Love that album to death. It's always number 6. It never reaches 5. It never drops. It always stays at that. And I'm happy it stays there. It's a great follow up to Heaven and Hell. I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
But Turn Up the Night, which is Neon Nights Part 2. Over and over. It's dark and gloomy and doomy. Falling Off the Edge of the World is almost power metal.
Yeah.
Like almost new wave British, like heavy power metal almost.
Yeah. Like the new wave of British heavy metal. I could see that.
And Sign of the Southern Cross is almost like Heaven and Hell Part 2.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. Hell yeah.
Oh, I love that album. Solid 10 out of 10, but it's not in the top 5. So, you're number 6.
All right, my number 6. Okay. I don't know, some people might look at me strange for having this so high in the rankings. But my number 6, an album that's really grown on me over time. That's right, Dehumanizer. The comeback album with Ronnie James Dio and Vinny Appice. And you got Geezer Butler back on bass. Now, apparently in the Black Sabbath vault, there's demos of this recorded with Tony Martin on vocals. And it's really weird, like when Dio came back, like Tony Martin was never even fired from the band.
No, he wasn't.
No, which is really weird. It's just they got back together with Dio, did this album. Well, things went south at the time due to other controversies involving, well, the original Black Sabbath getting back together for a brief moment. But anyway, this freaking album's excellent. It's heavy, it's dark, it's definitely, I would say, in the top five when it comes to the heaviest Black Sabbath albums. Computer God, holy crap, is that track so good.
Excuse me.
And definitely predicts the future and what's going on nowadays. After All the Dead is freaking another dark, heavy track. TV Crimes is freaking amazing. Just love that track. Letters from Earth, very doomy, very heavy, you know. Master of Insanity is a really killer track. Time Machine, well, here we go. Another killer track that was featured in Wayne's World. And I believe the Wayne's World version of this track is actually different than the Dehumanizer version. So, but that's a killer track. Sins of the Father is really good. Too Late is a great ballad by Dio. Holy crap, is that good. Like, that's one of them tracks that kind of gets me chills when I listen to it. Just because of the power of Ronnie James Dio's vocals behind it. You know?
Yeah.
It's a bumbling, punishing, heavy track. And Burned Alive is a doomy heavyweight to end the album. This is a great album. Yes, Dehumanizer in at number 6, and now we are down to our top 5 when it comes to our favorite Black Sabbath albums.
Hey, Ben, I have a question.
Yeah?
On Dehumanizer, besides all the other songs they played live, what are give me 2 songs on that album you would have loved to see Dio play live?
What, from Dehumanizer?
Whether it's in Sabbath or his solo band.
Well, Too Late, definitely. Wow. There's quite a few songs on here, to be honest. Computer God, probably Those songs definitely stand out to me.
I was going to say Letters from Earth would sound great.
Yeah, that would be a cool one.
Anyway, my number 5 is Sabbath Bloody Sabbath.
Ooh, okay.
There's just 4 albums that are a hell of a lot better than all the others. And I love Sabbath Bloody Sabbath. It always stays at number 5. It never goes up. It never bumps down. It stays right there in the middle. For that top 5. Love the artwork. Love the title track. I really love. You're going to call me crazy, but I love Who Are You? I think that's a really great song. Yeah. I love the whole album. I love Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, but there's 4 albums I love more. On to Ben.
All right, well, my number 5. And this album, it's gotten ranked in different places over the years with me. But right now it's ranking at number 5 at the moment. I'm going with the 1971 album, Master of Reality. Great album.
Oh, we have another new person in chat, Ben.
Hell's Review Network. Welcome to the chat room. But anyways, oh yes, we've obviously, or I'm not even gonna attempt to do that cough. since I was sick last week to begin with. Fuck that. I don't want to cough no more.
Not much, Hell's Reviews Network. We're just chilling, ranking the Black Sabbath albums. Like that, asses.
So, yeah. After Forever is a fucking killer track. I absolutely love that track.
Ozzy's singing about how he got kicked out of a church building for asking a lady to go into the bathroom. That's what After Forever's about.
I don't even think I ever heard that story, huh? That's interesting.
Ozzy and Tony told that story in a magazine.
Interesting. Oh, man. Of course. You got Embryo. Embryo leading into Children of the Grave. Oh, jeez, man. That's like one of the most iconic metal songs, I swear, dude.
Dude, Bill Ward's drumming. Tony and me's chugging along. Dun, 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 dun. Then you hear Bill Ward going bump da 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 bump da 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 bump da 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 bump da 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 Bill Ward just goes tribal, sort of heavy ape shit on that track.
Yeah. Like some of the heaviest fucking riffs for that time. If not the heaviest riff of that time. So heavy. You can definitely tell where a lot of thrash metal riffs came from when you listen to a track like Children of the Grave. You got Orchid, a nice little melodic piece that leads into Lord of this World, which is another killer heavy tune.
By the Riffmaster.
Hell yeah. Into the Void. Another amazing track. See, this is a different version because my version ends with Solitude. I know there's versions out there that end with Into the Void, I believe. Which I
Mine has Ben, my version has Solitude, then Into the Void.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Which I think Solitude's actually a better ending to the album, to be honest. I apologize, guys, for all the coughing. But yeah, Solitude, just real trippy and psychedelic sounding. I actually like it better than Planet Caravan. I mean, there's been debates over the years who's actually doing the lead vocals on it. It's not Bill Ward, it is actually Ozzy doing the vocals. So, but yeah, just a great, iconic, influential album.
Oh, come on, Hell's Review. Oh, come on, Hell's Review Network. Don't start that crap in the chat. Don't start that crap in the chat.
Yep. Well, if they're just here to troll, they'll get banned from the room. That's all there is to it.
Yep.
But anyways, that's my number 5. Master of Reality. Now we're up to number 4.
Well, if 70 Sabbath's overrated, why are you here?
Okay, then.
Get the shovel ready.
Yeah, we'll have to get that shovel ready.
A realist, Get. Oh, fuck you! Yeah, get this asshat out of the chat.
Yeah, this dude's out here. He's here just trolling. We don't put up with that crap around here.
And how dare you make fun of Ryan? He's a cool dude. So yeah, get this asshat out of the chat.
Apologize for that, people. But I had a feeling it was a troll because he left a really stupid comment under one of my videos yesterday. So
he's banned. Block him from the channel.
And these people think they can just come here and do this, and they can't.
Yeah. Sorry, everyone else. Sadly,
So yeah.
someone in the chat. Yeah.
But anyways, anybody that's done YouTube long enough knows eventually you get trolls.
Yeah.
You get people that want to just act like a bunch of idiots.
Yeah. But now you got the shovel.
Yep, you got the shovel. That's what you get, man. All right, back to number 4. Yeah, we're at number 4 already. Okay, cool.
4. Shit, fuck, shit. This is hard. This is really hard. Damn it. I don't want to put this album at number 4, and it's possibly my favorite Ozzy 77. Hurts. I'm gonna have to put Sabotage at number 4. And it's usually it never drops below 3. So I'm shocked. I'm putting Sabotage at number 4, and I love this album. Ozzy is talk about Ozzy. People say, "Oh, Ozzy can't sing loud. He can't scream." Listen to this album. Ozzy's screaming his balls off on this album, shouting, screaming because he's pissed off at the record label. You know, you have Hole in the Sky, Don't Start Too Late, Symptom of the Universe, Megalomania, Through of It All, Super Czar, Am I Going Insane Radio, The Writ. How The Writ's great. Shit. This is number 4, and I love this album. That's it's your number 4, Ben.
All right, my number 4. Well, ironically, it's Volume 4. Man, this is such a good album. This is where it got really hard to rank these albums.
Yeah,
because damn, it's this good. Wilts and Confusion, holy cripe. So good. Tomorrow's Dream. Even Changes. I know there's people out there that don't like Changes. I absolutely adore Changes. Now,
I don't hate it. Yep. I don't hate Changes.
I mean, yes, it's a very depressing song. But FX, well, yeah, FX is kind of pointless. It's just like a couple of little guitar effects. Supernaut, holy fuck, Supernaut is kick-ass, man.
Yeah. Bill Ward's drumming. That middle section where Bill Ward's just doing stuff on the drums.
I was going to say, Bill Ward's going apeshit on that fucking song. He's doing some great drumming on that track, indeed. Snowblind's another brilliant track, I think, on here. It's got a really cool melodic section that just sticks in your head. Cornucopia, holy fuck, man. Could have been on freaking Master of Reality. It's so freaking heavy. And the track that almost got Bill Ward fired from Black Sabbath.
Because he had trouble. He had
trouble coming up the drum parts for Cornucopia, but he pulled it off. Let's see, Laguna Sunrise, obviously, just an instrumental.
I think it's their best instrumental.
It's a good one. It's definitely good. Saint Vitus Dance, a short little track. Under the Sun, holy cripe, another killer track. Absolutely brilliant stuff right here, man. I mean, heavy, doomy.
Under the Sun. Under the Sun, Bill Ward does a little thing on the drums twice to the song that's fun.
Hell yeah. But yeah, I think this album is quite underrated in a lot of ways, too.
Number 3.
There's a lot of great gems on here. What else was I going to say about this album? And of course, this album was recorded under the influence of a lot of cocaine. Yeah. Just like a few of the other Sabbath albums that came after this.
But this album, my number 3 is, well, go figure.
Oh,
number 3 is probably 4. And this album also influenced a band, St. Vitus.
That's true. That's very true.
Wheels of Confusion, love that track. Nobody talks about the outro of Wheels of Confusion, the straightener. How a little bit of heavy that.
That one part that goes down, down, and down, or however it goes. I know what part you're talking about.
Down, 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 bow, bow.
Yeah, that's a cool part. Yes.
Tomorrow's Dream. Oh, that's a great song. Changes, FX, which is just a bunch of noise. If I was the album, they were also originally going to call the album Snowblind, but the record label said, no, put Volume 4 on it. It sounds cooler.
Well, yeah, the record label at the time wasn't going to allow that due to the cocaine references. Plus, on the track Snowblind, Ozzy wanted to go, well, he does it live. I'm just trying to figure out what's part of the song where he goes, cocaine! Bow, now, 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 now. Yeah, it's somewhere before that bridge breaks in where he goes, cocaine! That's not on the studio album, obviously.
It makes you laugh when he says it live.
Right.
Then you got FX. The only song I would remove off of the album is FX. You go Changes straight into Supernaut.
Right.
Ah, heavy fucking song. Snowblind is great. Cornucopia is great. Laguna Sunrise is beautiful. St. Vitus Dance is good. Under the Sun's just doomy. Great. Yeah, my number 3 is Volume 4. What's your number 3, Ben?
Whew. Well, I know a lot of people wouldn't put this high. It's the only one I got on vinyl, too. But I fucking love this album. My number 3 is Born Again. I know a lot of people don't like it because a lot of people don't like Ian Gillan's production or his vocals, or the production people don't care for. Which, yeah, I get. Excuse me. I get it. The production's not the greatest. In fact, there is another mix of this with better production. Hopefully, it does get reissued someday, or I've heard rumors it could get reissued.
Like as a box set or something.
Right. But man, this freaking album's solid to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like Trashed. It's got some of the most insane Bill Ward drumming on it. I mean, he's just going all over the place on this track. And freaking Ian Gillan screaming his fucking ass off on this album. In fact, I believe he actually blew his vocals out on this freaking album. Why Ian Gillan can't sing high anymore. You know, Stonehenge is a very dark track. Leading it, or like a very dark instrumental leading into Disturbing the Priest, which is a very dark, doomy, evil sounding track. Then you got the dark leading into Zero the Hero. Fucking love Zero the Hero, man. And to me, it's like one of Tony Iommi. I'm going to get to that here too. But yeah, Zero the Hero is definitely one of the greatest guitar solos done by Tony Iommi. Just excellent stuff.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, Zero the Hero does rule. And that fucking riff was ripped.
Yeah.
I was going to say that riff too, it's been ripped off by a couple of bands. Guns N' Roses, Welcome to the Jungle, and there's a Danzig song, I forget which Danzig song it is right now, that has a similar riff to Zero to Hero.
Apparently people were asking about my Maiden shirt. Well, it's when I saw Maiden during the Legacy of the Beast tour, I got this shirt, so...
That's right, Cannibal Corpse did a cover of Zero to Hero too, and it sounds fucking badass too. Digital Bitch is a killer track. I mean,
Hotline.
And this is probably one of Sabbath's heaviest albums too. Born Again, holy shit, that's a good song. The title track. I mean, fucking Ian Gillan screaming his ass off on that track. And again, it's got like one of Tony Iommi's best guitar solos. Hotline is kind of Deep Purple like. It's definitely kind of has more of a Deep Purple feel to it. But I like it. And Keep It Warm, I think, is a good track too. I don't think there's a weak track on this album. So yeah, controversial, but yeah, coming in at number 3 is Black Sabbath's Born Again for me.
Number 2. Well, fucking shit all to hell. Well, more. Ah, shit. Number 2 is going to be Born Again. Love that album. And I just ordered that album. So.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah. So. Trashed is good. Dude, Disturbing the Priest is just dark, and creepy, and good.
Yep.
But the dark going into the intro of Zero the Hero, and that opening riff from Tony Iommi is just creepy as hell.
Yeah, that's such a cool one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So good.
Hell yeah, random reviews. I agree. That dude was an asshole in chat. I agree.
Oh yeah, yeah. They don't last around here. Random reviews.
No.
They try, but every time they try, they get the shovel.
Funny. Yeah, it's funny. He's funny. It's funny. He said he's sick of 70 Sabbath. I just look at him like. Just look at him like.
You are getting the pitchfork, my friend.
The 2's Born Again. Where was I? Zero the Hero. Hotline's another great track. Hell, man, Hell, man, nothing wrong with waiting for a digital bitch now and then.
Right on, man.
Born Again. Born Again's just a beautiful song. You know.
Hell yeah.
Keep it warm. Fucking Bill Ward on Keep It Warm. You know. And if the production is fixed, I don't know. Do I want the production fixed on the album? That makes me wonder.
See, the production never bothered me on Born Again.
No,
I remember years ago when I first bought it on cassette tape. I'm like, is this tape warped? I thought the tape was warped, and I'm like, okay, I guess the tape's not warped. This is how the production is.
Yeah.
Because I heard it on CD, and I'm like, well, okay, it doesn't sound much different.
You know what's funny, Ben? Born Again, I used to put last behind 13 for the longest time, but now it's grown so far up that I don't hate it at all. And Born Again never leaves the top 3. Maybe top 4. Never leaves the top 4 or 5. Never drops.
Right.
And this is the album. This is the album where Ian Gillan is just screaming his balls off. Then from then on, you can hear Ian Gillan kind of blew his voice after Born Again.
I should have mentioned too that apparently Digital Bitch is about Sharon Osbourne. I forgot to mention that.
There's several songs that Sabbath wrote about Osbourne. Dio did one of them that was about Sharon. So.
Do you blame him?
No.
All right,
So
I
yeah,
guess.
what's your number? What's your number 2?
All right. My number 2, holy cripe, and it pains me to put this at number 2 because this could intertwine and be number 1 at any freaking time. Heaven and Hell. Oh
Ugh.
my goodness, what an iconic album. There's nothing bad on here. There's nothing bad on here. The production's great. This is such a step up from Never Say Die. And Sabbath went into the 1980s the right way, especially with the rise of the new wave of British heavy metal. So Sabbath going in a much heavier direction was the right move. Because if they would have gone in another experimental direction like they did on Never Say Die, probably would have ended them. Right move, great album, legendary album. Neon Knights, come on, man. Children of the Sea. Lady Evil. The title track alone, Heaven and Hell, is just legendary and iconic. And again, I honestly think, too, this album has Tony Iommi's best guitar soloing on it. I mean, there's just nothing disappointing on here at all. Wishing Well, a deep cut on here, but damn, is it good. Freaking Die Young.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a lot of people would say Walk Away is probably the weakest track on here, which, yeah, I would agree, but that doesn't really take much away from the album. I still like the track, which Walk Away sounds like it could have been written for Rainbow. Then you got to me, ooh, this is why it kind of pains me to put this at number 2, because I think Lonely is the Word's probably the greatest ending to a Black Sabbath album. But yeah, Heaven and Hell is my number 2. Man, oh man, what a great album.
Yeah. Well, Ben. Same again. Heaven and Hell is my number 1.
Just say now. Now we are at number 1 here.
Heaven and Hell. I think it is this album and Sabotage Volume 4 and Born Again. All of them, all these 4 could technically be number 1. But right now, with the way I've been feeling, with the way I've been listening to all the Sabbath albums this month, it's been Heaven and Hell that's been number 1 for me. And
oh yeah, man.
It's like, okay, this gonna sound weird, but how Bon Scott died and AC/DC Back in Black sort of revived AC/DC, this revived Black Sabbath, Heaven and Hell.
I agree. I would actually agree with that.
And there's nothing negative to say about the album, other than there was a demo called Slapback, which was Ronnie on bass, Tony on guitar, and Bill on drums. Apparently, at first Geezer didn't want to do the Heaven and Hell thing. He came in and out. So Ronnie had to do a lot of bass stuff for some songs.
Yeah.
But, yes. Neon Knights kick off to a fucking... I don't think you're going to open it off with... That's a fucking great opener. Lady Evil, which is Dio singing about Sharon. And you have fucking Children of the Sea, which was the first song that lineup wrote together. The title track, Heaven and Hell, is just gorgeous, beautiful. That's a must listen to. That's actually a must song you must have in your Sabbath playlist. You're crazy if you're not.
Right on.
What's the one track before Walk Away? Wishing Well.
Wishing Well.
Could Walk Away. I could see that being off of Rainbow.
Yeah, that one definitely has a rainbow vibe to it.
Oh God, Lonely is the word. It's such beautiful, eerie, doomy, dark, just great. No. So, what's your number one, Ben? Let me guess.
Well, here it is.
It's obvious.
The grand finale, the obvious 1975 Sabotage. I just love this album. I mean, the opening track, Hole in the Sky, man, is so freaking killer and heavy. And you can tell they're pissed off on this freaking album. Of course, at the time, they're dealing with problems with the label, or, the record companies giving them problems at the time. I think, honestly, this is probably Ozzy's best vocal performance. I mean, probably the only time you hear Ozzy singing high,
Mm-hmm.
just sounding pissed off. Because after this album, Ozzy never sounded like this again, you know. But yeah, Hole in the Sky, man. Of course, you got that little acoustic piece, Don't Start Too Late, obviously. But Symptom of the Universe. Let's talk about Symptom of the Universe real quick. Probably the birth of thrash metal. Easily, probably the first track that has those thrash metal riffs.
And then you just Bill Ward just hits on those cymbals and a snare drum, and he just beats the shit out of it. Goes right into it. Hell yeah, good shit.
All right, yeah, this is definitely my number one. Yeah, Symptom of the Universe is fucking killer. Definitely, probably the birth of thrash metal in a lot of ways, especially when it comes to that Bay Area sound with those chunky rips. Yeah, easily. Megalomania, what a great epic. Holy cripe.
Oh,
Megalomania is probably my all-time favorite Black Sabbath song.
Megalomania. It starts off dark and doomy. Then it speeds up.
Yep.
Then it speeds up. And Ozzy speeds up his vocals on that song.
And I love the part, and this is definitely what we say to the trolls and the jacktards around here on Metal Vents Chronicles. Suck me!
Suck me! Yeah. That should be our new intro. Hey Ben, that should be our new intro. That section of Megalomania. You would have to learn the guitar riff. You have to yell "suck me" into it. But.
Suck me! Thrill of It All's a great track. Superstar's a cool instrumental that's dark and gothic sounding. Am I Going Insane Radio? The Writ, holy shit, it's Ozzy fucking singing his ass off on that track. So, anyway, yeah.
Okay, Ben, is the Writ a better closer than Lonely is the Word?
Ooh. Very close, but I do think Lonely is the Word is a better closer.
How about Into the Void?
No, that's not a good closer at all. I think Solitude's a better closer.
Spiral Architect versus Lonely is the Word. That's no contest. Yeah, no, I think Lonely is the Word is the best closer out of any Sabbath album.
All right, so Thrash Maniac 99 has put up his top 20 here in the stream, and we're going to read it right now. So at number 20, he's got Forbidden. Number 19, he's got Seventh Star. Number 18, he's got Never Say Die. 17, Technical Ecstasy. 16, Cross Purposes. Or Cross Purposes, excuse me. 15, Born Again. 14, The Eternal Idol. 13, The Devil You Know. 12, Tear. 11, Headless Cross. 10, The Mob Rules. 9, 13. Ooh.
Yeah. Spit.
Number 8. Number 8, Dehumanizer. 7, Sabotage. 6, Volume 4. 5, Black Sabbath, the debut. 4, Heaven and Hell. 3, Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. 2, Paranoid, and Master of Reality for number 1.
James Gummy, The Devil You Know is Black Sabbath. It's just under the Heaven and Hell banner. It still counts as Sabbath, so...
I count it as Sabbath.
I count it as Sabbath. Yeah.
Yeah, I know some don't, but I definitely consider it under the Black Sabbath moniker.
Ooh. You know what I thought? Ben, since we're talking Sabbath, they don't have many live... Sabbath doesn't have many live albums. There's a lot of live bootlegs, but there's not really a lot of official live albums. You have Live at Last.
Which Live at Last was not released with the band's permission at the time. Yeah. The record label just put it out.
Yeah. Then you have Live Evil. I don't know. Since the Sabotage box set came out, would you count Ashbury Park 1975 as an official live now?
Probably not. Since it's a part of a box set. It's very true though. Like Sabbath don't have a lot of live albums. I mean, they got the reunion from '98.
That's decent, but it's not.
Live Evil. They got Live Evil too, which that's all I can really think of. Like as far as official live albums, Sabbath.
Well, okay, another Sabbath album I'm gonna bring in real quick. This came out in 2005, 06. Remember the Dio years? Remember this one?
Okay. The one with the 3 brand new tracks.
Yeah, The Devil Cried, Shadow of the Wind, Ear in the Wall. Then they came out with the Radio Music Hall, which I think is a great live performance from Dio. My opinion.
Right.
Yeah, that's a great live performance.
Hell yeah. Yeah, Live Evil was good, besides the controversy that went into it. Yeah. Who knows what really happened at the time. But anyway.
Yeah. Tony Iommi said AC/DC in the 70s toured with them as an opening gig. And Tony Iommi said the band was afraid of AC/DC because AC/DC blew Kiss off the stage. Paul Stanley said AC/DC blew Kiss off the stage. And Black Sabbath now said AC/DC blew them off the stage. And this was around 1977, 78.
Yeah.
So,
that's cool.
Also, Geezer Butler shared a story of how he almost stabbed Malcolm Young at a bar. And Malcolm Young actually punched him in the face and pushed him to the ground.
Oh,
damn. Don't mess with... I don't mean to sound rude, but Malcolm told Geezer, don't mess with little people.
What was I going to say? I forget now.
I think you're going to say about shoot the shit or something like that. something like that. I don't know.
Well, that's pretty much what we're doing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I showed this to you, Ben, but I don't know if anybody in chat has heard of this. I'll bring it. I'm probably the third time I'm bringing this up today. But this is my purchase for the day, guys. I got yesterday. Actually, I purchased the AC/DC Bonfire. As I'll show you guys the discs. It comes with Back in Black, which I think is a good album. Bonfire, yes, Bonfire. It comes with AC/DC Volts, AC/DC Live Atlantic Studios, AC/DC Let There Be Rock, the movie, Disc 1 and Disc 2, compact disc version, and then Back in Black. And I'll tell you guys... Oops, my phone fell. Sorry. I'll tell you guys the songs, if you guys like to hear them. For Disc 1, the set list for Disc 1 is Live Wire, Problem Child, High Voltage, Hell Ain't a Bad Place to Be, Dog Eat Dog, The Jack, Hold On to Rosie, and Rocker. They didn't play Let There Be Rock live. But that's okay. That's not a bad set list for Bon Scott. And then the Let There Be Rock, that's another great live AC/DC that doesn't get talked about a lot, was the Let There Be Rock movie.
Oh, yes. That's a cool movie. Hell yeah.
Live in Paris, 1979. You kick it off with Live Wire, Shot Down in Flames, Hell Ain't a Bad Place to Be, Sin City. Yes, I did hear about that story about Brian Johnson's appendix.
Interesting. I think I heard that story too. Yeah.
The only tour where AC/DC sang "Walk All Over You" is the Highway to Hell tour. They sang that live. Bad Boy Boogie, The Jack, Highway to Hell, Girls Got Rhythm, High Voltage, Whole Lot of Rosie, Rocker, TNT, Let There Be Rock. Then we have Volts, which has Dirty Eyes, which released in 1977, which was the first title and lyrics to the riffs of Rosie. So Whole Lot of Rosie was originally going to be called Dirty Eyes. You know. And Touch Too Much, alternative lyrics of Touch Too Much, an alternative version of If You Want Blood, You Got It. Backseat Confidential, which is an alternative version of what would become Beating Around the Bush. And then an alternative version of Get It Hot. Then you have a bunch of live stuff. Sin City from the live Midnight Special. Which, Ben, what is Midnight Special?
I'm pretty sure that was a TV show. I just don't know where the TV show would have been, where it would have originated from. I'm thinking Australia, but I could be wrong.
We have our good friend Google.
yeah, you just look on Google.
I'm gonna do that
so
now.
Anyways,
actually. We got She's Got Balls live from the Bondi Lifesaver. School Days, which is from the TNT release. It's a Long Way to the Top from High Voltage, and Ride On, which is from Dirty Deeds, but with Truce, a band called Truce. Bon Scott sang Ride On with a band called Truce as a guest. Truce came in to play with AC/DC live. So yeah, I got this for a steal for like $30. So you guys get it while it's hot.
Fuck yeah, totally, man. So definitely go subscribe to Thrash Maniac 99, he does album reviews on his channel too.
And Jam's Gummy, he's new. Give him some love.
Has he got a YouTube channel? I'm gonna look right now because I always subscribe back to channels if they subscribe to me. If they, I mean, if they actually have content on their channels, I will.
Okay, Midnight Special appeared on ABC as an American TV for alternative rock and roll in the 70s.
Jams Yummy. Let's see nothing fucking coming up. Oh well, I'll have to look later. Okay, that's cool. That's fine too, man. Nothing wrong with that, dude. We definitely like to have fans, and we definitely appreciate our fans.
Yes. No.
We may not be the prettiest on here, but we are definitely dedicated to the fucking music.
We're dedicated and we don't bow down to fucking authority.
Right, exactly.
Anyway, I'm gonna get going, guys. Me Metal Mike is tired, and subscribe to Me Metal Mike. Give me a like. Hit me up in the comments. And remember, if you piss off Me Metal Mike, you will get the Mean Metal Shovel. Peace.
All right. Yes, that is tonight's show, guys. I apologize for all this coughing. I'm just getting over this COVID bullshit. So but believe me, I am definitely getting much better. So I'm gonna end the stream for tonight. Definitely hit me up over on Twitch too. I have it for anybody out there. I do have a Twitch page. I could definitely use more subscribers and followers over on Twitch because obviously here on YouTube they're cutting down way too much when it comes to playing music. In fact, I did a music stream last Monday on here and it got blocked. So I'm going to be doing the music streams over on Twitch. So if anybody wants to go over to Twitch and follow me, just look up Metal Bent Chronicles on Twitch. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the Black Sabbath ranking for tonight. Hopefully next time I'm not hacking my fucking lungs out. And we're getting closer to 500 subscribers here on the channel. Once we do hit 500, I'm going to be doing a stream. Now, there is some music I can get away with playing on here. Obviously stuff that's really underground, which is the direction I want to go in anyways. I know a lot of people want to hear Iron Maiden and bands like that, but that's probably going to come to an end. Unless you go to my Twitch page, then that's the only way you would hear stuff like that. But strictly underground stuff I want to start playing when I do my live radio streams here on YouTube. Give some of the Bandcamp band some love, you know. Thanks a lot, Jams Bunny. Thanks to Thrash Maniac 99, and thanks to everybody else who joined in the stream tonight. And for now, I'm out. And we will definitely be back for more.